first things first, you're going to want to obtain MS-DOS games.
Let's get to the real meat and potatoes of the game. Alright, hello everyone, my name is Tyson, and today I'm going to be doing a bit of a different kind of discussion video. I'm going to be responding to a video by someone called No Strings Prd. It's a channel that I only discovered today through this video. Basically discussing whatever happened to FZero. And I thought that this was a rather important topic to discuss, so I figured I'd go ahead and make my response. I feel that Nintendo really needs to make a new FZero, and there are many reasons why. He discusses a lot of them in his video, which I'll have a link in the description. And oh god, there's just so many reasons. Like, the first and foremost, you have to consider on the GameCube. The GameCube had a much smaller audience than, especially the Switch, but even, you know, like the Wii, the 3DS, the DS, all their other consoles that came after that, they sold significantly better. And with their current audience on the Switch, I think that alone is enough of a reason for them to make a new game. But like No Strings said, you know, I feel like the online capability and even adding in a track maker, that would be huge. That would be so much. But aside from this, you know, I have to say, I actually own FZero GX because I love the game so much. But my preferred way of playing it is on the PC through an emulator, because you can get a full 1080p or even 4K if you have a powerful enough computer. And I at least have powerful enough to do 1080p. So yeah, Nintendo really needs to look not only at themselves, but they need to look at the whole market. They need to see why people are making new versions of their older games, even if it doesn't really, quote, add something new to the table. It's going to add something new to the table if they make it online. It's going to add something new to the table if they make it so that with multiplayer that there's computer-controlled opponents. They're going to add something to the table with 8-player simultaneous multiplayer, considering that their console is capable of it. Not that I think that it would be viable on the screen, but it's possible. I mean, it's just, they're missing out on so much. I mean, look at Redout. You know, they expanded on the series. They added the right stick being necessary to use to play the game. You know, you've got the left stick for diving and for pitch control and for steering, and then you've got the right stick for strafing and latitude, which it's totally nuts. You can actually see it in this footage. But it's so much fun, and Nintendo, you need to make this game for a new, wider audience, really. You need to make this game for your current audience. You need to make this game for a new generation. Another reason that I feel that it's really important that Nintendo go ahead and make a new version of FZero, not necessarily just a new version of an old game, but a new iteration on the FZero formula, is it's not exactly easy to find, as No Strings had mentioned. It's, you know, my copy that I got, I think I ended up spending like $30 on it at least, if not more. I think it may have even been like $40. That's a GameCube game. The GameCube itself cost $5, guys. That's a problem. When the console costs less than the game? Seriously. That, and like I had said, there's only so many copies printed. There's only like 1.5 million that were ever produced. And the Switch already has way more than that in its install base. I believe it's at 20 million. Hang on, I'm gonna look up actual numbers. Yeah. So as of October of last year, The Switch has sold 22.86 million units. Mario Odyssey sold 12 million units. Mario Kart 8 sold 11 million units. Zelda sold 10 million units. I mean, guys, look at your numbers. Look at what you're needing. You need another one of your IP out there that's a big hitter, and just push that. You need not only a new direction that's going to make the game so much better with the music, but you need to make a new game. You need to bring it to this console. It's just going to sit there and rot on the GameCube, which is now almost 20 years old, you guys. Look at things realistically. Don't just look at what you've seen in the past and think that's it. There's a lot more to it. Things are constantly changing in this industry because it's still so young. Technology is constantly advancing and changing how we consume these games. And you being so against emulation is making it impossible for people who aren't one of the 1.5 million people who have the game to actually play it. And that's not fair. So, I guess my point is, either let up on emulation or make a new F-Zero. It's one of the two, Nintendo. Choose your option. A little bit of nakey jakey humor there for you. You guys should seriously check him out if you haven't already. Oh my god, he's so good. He's so good. Basically, my thought, what they should be doing is they should be looking at GX as a basis. And maybe just take that, add a lot, just put it in a new engine, obviously. Maybe call it like SX or XX or ZX or something. Yeah, they really need to make a new F-Zero. It's been way too long. It hasn't been since the GameCube, which was one of their worst selling consoles in Nintendo history, second only to like the likes of the Wii U and the Virtual Boy. And yeah, it just didn't have enough print numbers. If they were to make it online, if they were to make it, digital and physical, and if they were to make it so that it has at least 4-player multiplayer and a track builder and just much better graphics, you would bring in so many new people. You would bring in so many old fans. You would bring in everyone. It would be monumental. It would be almost like, Smash Ultimate coming out. Yeah, Nintendo, I feel like you're just missing out on a huge opportunity if you don't end up going for this. It's too important. It's one of your main franchises, and you've been neglecting it because, quote, you don't want to make something that isn't new. When you're missing out on what's new, you're missing out because you haven't been looking outward. You've only been looking inward, and that's not how you evolve. It's a good way to improve yourself if you're in a vacuum, but you're not in a vacuum. You live in this industry with all of the others. You have to compete with the others, and that means seriously competing in the online capability section. It's rather disappointing to see how little you guys are doing in that, and yeah, you really need to just make a new F-Zero. I think that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I gotta say. I don't really got anything else to add on to that. I was getting ready to go ahead and post this, and then I had a really good idea that I wanted to go ahead and add to this video. What if, for a new F-Zero, instead of it just being basically an expansion of what GX was, what if they were to fully realize a Captain Falcon universe? Make it an open world. Make it so that Captain Falcon, or potentially even other characters in Captain Falcon universe, have to end up actually walking around and going to different locations. Maybe have different stories for each and every character. Yeah, I don't know. I think that I had actually thought about this a long time ago when I had first gotten GX, and kind of just forgot about it until now. But yeah, I think that would be a really good idea if they were to make it so that it had a fully fledged universe that you could walk around in, potentially even get into fights in, because, Captain Falcon is a bounty hunter. Wouldn't it make sense for him to fight people? I don't know. It would kind of, you know, it would make sense. Maybe base it off of the anime that existed for a little while. Maybe even go a little bit darker than the anime. Make it like a T+ game. I don't know. I do think that Captain Falcon deserves a more proper story, though. And I feel that FZero as a whole has been horribly neglected, and Nintendo, you need to get on that, seriously. It's been too long. It's been, oh, is it 2002, 2003 at the latest? That's 15 years, guys. Come on. We need more Captain Falcon, not just in Smash. That we need to see a Falcon Punch outside of Smash. It would make it so, it would come, everything would come full circle, and it would just be so satisfying. Okay, so as far as a game to think about when comparing, think about the most recent game in the Fist of the North Star series, which is essentially like open world Mad Max, but instead of being open world Mad Max, think like open world Cowboy Bebop. Like, that's what I imagine Captain Falcon's universe is like, is very similar to Cowboy Bebop's. Ah, God. I need it, Nintendo. Nintendo, you need to make this, please. You need to make this for us. Anyway, I guess that's it for this video. Make sure to like the video if you liked it, comment with your thoughts, why you think Nintendo should or shouldn't make a new F-Zero. I think it's pretty obvious why they should. They're missing out on so much goddamn money. I would buy 1 billion copies. If you want to support the channel, go ahead and, like I said, do the things. Subscribe, like all the video, all that. You can be my patron if you like. You can also become a member of the channel. So, anyway guys, this is Retro Hellspawn, signing out.